Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Gather round the sacred circle. It's time to power up, release, time, reflection. Open and receive the wisdom, guidance, and acceleration given from the Power Up plants of lemon balm, primrose, and dandelion. We command with love, release, time, reflection. May we feel this power within us. See yourself surrounded by your herbal allies to help us today power up release. It's important that if we become possessed by an emotion that we cannot control, we need to release it and maybe even understand that it does not belong to us. Perhaps it is someone else's experience that we are clinging on to. Someone could be sending us negative energy. This is just old stuff that honestly we are ready to let go of. So you need to imagine these negative emotions. They're muddying your emotional waters. And we need to intentionally take that emotion in our hands and visualize it flying off like a bird in the sky. Just let it go, let it release, let it fly away as easy as a dandelion seed does. We almost hold on to negativity as though we are addicted to it. So when you release your addictions, you regain your power. Power up, release. Release your fears and allow power to come to you. So we need to create a space inside of us for this power to reside. And if we're holding on to negativity, old stories, resentments, there's no space available for the power. So we need to release it. We need to clear it out. If our minds are filled with sadness, with anger, with sorrow, with pain, we do not have clarity. We do not have a clear and simple mind. So simplicity does require discipline, intelligence, sensitivity. There's a lot to it, but this inner strength is something that we can surrender to, open to, and a big part of that is releasing. So allow us now, like the autumn winds blowing in, allow inspiration to blow through us like the winds of creation. Allow it to blow through our minds, clearing out the mental clutter, opening our hearts, clearing out and blowing away the pain. And as like a flock of birds that just all of a sudden get startled and fly off into the sky all at once, see all of your grievances just take to the sky and release. Now we have space in our hearts. Now we can bring in power and vitality and creation and new visions and clarity and openness and willingness and everything that our souls need to navigate the landscape of our destiny. So trust in this powerful process of releasing what seriously no longer serves you. I am Dandelion, and I am here to declare and roar at you to let it go. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to the messages you are receiving that you are addicted and attached to things that don't feel good anymore, that no longer serve your soul's journey. They no longer serve, these negative energies no longer serves your body. Just like a toxic poison, you must get it out. Detoxify your mind one thought at a time. Release the negativity, release the self-judgment, and allow a restoration of ease and flow back into your life. We all want to be strong, but we can't do it without our friends. So just as I have hundreds of seeds on my head, find yourself with others who are also on the journey of releasing their pains and their traumas and their negativities, and support each other in this manifestation of new positive energies. I am Dandelion, and I support you to feel your feelings, acknowledge your emotions, and then let them go. Power up, release, and feel this deep healing within you. Yeah, because here's the thing, like when these emotions bubble up to be cleared, like you can kind of feel what doesn't sit right in your life. You know if a thought feels good or if it doesn't. It's better to deal with them as they present themselves than to let them like add up and then you explode. Like this releasing, it's better to do it here and there and gradual and as needed than like all at once, because it just makes a big old volcanic mess. So the energies of autumn are really good to remind us to release. Like they worked really hard on their leaves to grow them, but then in the fall, that's what they do. They let them drop. They release them. They know that they need to release them. So the energies of autumn definitely teaches us to let things go, as well as just declaring that it's not good for me. I don't need it. We don't need to hoard all of our experiences, especially if they're negative. So autumn reminds us, especially the autumnal equinox, reminds us that if it's no longer who you are, if it's no longer useful, if it's no longer joyful, let it go. Allow yourself maybe to gradually shed. Like if the wind's not blowing hard, like maybe a little dandelion seed will flutter off here and there. But if a big old gust of wind comes off, a whole bunch of seeds just release into the air. Same with the trees. So you can gradually let it go. If you get a little catalyst in your life that comes in to inspire you to let a lot of things go, do it. The pain is in holding on. The discomfort comes when it's not in alignment with your soul's purpose any longer. I mean, just like the autumn trees know winter is coming, you got to pare down. You can't keep holding on to everything. You have to pare down and only keep what's serving you for your own survival. So release your negative emotions, release your stuff, release some of your attachments and possibly relationships that aren't right anymore. Be honest with yourself and then let them go. Bless them and let them go. Shed your possessions, shed your attachments, shed your memories, shed your addictions, shed your negativities. And as we do this, we create space for other things to present themselves in our life, more enjoyable things, passion, and just a clean slate feeling of potential. I am Evening Primrose, And yes, it is time to power up, time and release. Release your old wounds. Release your feelings of rejection. Please release your self-pity and any other issues that make your heart heavy. It is time for a spiritual rebirthing. It is time for your true divine self to emerge. And it is time for more joy and more fun and more playfulness in your life. So how do you power up time? Perhaps to become it, to be one with it, to not allow yourself to feel governed by it, to transcend it by doing things that you love. So a lot of times we want things right now, and what we really need to power up is the understanding of divine timing. Just because I think I need it right now doesn't mean that that is the best idea for me right now. So we kind of have to release our control with time and manipulating it in a way that we think is best. What is it about time that gives it such power? What is it about time that we've all agreed upon? It does seem quite malleable, in my opinion. So perhaps to power up time, what we do is we learn how to play with it. We kind of learn how to not think about it sometimes, just to let it know it's not the boss of us. Time is a very interesting thing, and when we power up our awareness or de-awareness of time, it can serve us very well. When we get in sync with natural time, the rhythm of the moons or the sunset or nature, the seasons, we tap into that innate synchronistic beingness. I am Lemon Balm, and I am here to tell you, do not get lost in the reflection. Although there is a lot to reflect on, and even to resonate with more closely, be very careful that you do not fall into melancholy. Your faith may be tested. Use this time to appreciate what has gone before and think about how you can evolve no matter what has occurred, positive or negative. Your purpose will be connected with events and situations in some way, and you must listen to your inner truth and intuition. Though the path may seem very unfamiliar and the outcome hard to foresee, you are being guided with a greater wisdom. Power up your reflection. I like the idea of powering up reflection because in my life I think that what is being reflected back to me is something that I need to be aware of. And just taking the time to reflect back in a positive way in my life too, acknowledge my accomplishments, acknowledge the things that I now realize, really take a hot minute and just have a good look and see how our consciousnesses are expanding. Just taking a moment to reflect on all that has happened and will be happening. But don't get lost in too much of it. It's good to do it, but don't let yourself slip into that winter depression. So we have the winter solstice also with a good nature indicator of reflection. So try to keep it positive. See your accomplishments, see your successes, delight in your journey. Power up reflection and see how everything being reflected back to you is helping you become the person who you are meant to be. Powering up reflection, acknowledging all the lessons, important lessons that you have learned and gone through in dreams and visions that you now want to manifest because you took the time to reflect, to just kind of check in and see where you are. Take this, quote, down time to work on releasing judgments and fears and replacing it with joy and gratitude. And yes, reflection is a great time to forgiveness. And then let it go. Let it go. Allow yourself some solitude so that you can take your time and have a slow moment for you to completely immerse yourself in the reflection and see it clearly and honestly for what it is. So patience and stillness, because it does take time to reflect. It does take time to release, to forgive, and then make that space within you so that you can fill it with joy and love and gratitude. Thank you for taking the time with me to gather around this sacred circle and powering up release and time and divine timing and reflection. We opened, we received, and now we are thankful for the wisdom, guidance, and acceleration given from the Power Up plants of evening primrose, lemon balm, and dandelion. Release, time, and reflection. We command with love. May we feel this power within us. And so it is. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our prickly and protective herb of the week, milk thistle. I sail easily through troubled waters. I know I am protected. It is safe for me to forgive and set myself free. I open my heart to receive love. I allow abundance to flow into my life. I thank the universe. I sail easily through troubled waters. I know I am protected. It is safe for me to forgive and set myself free. I open my heart to receive love. I allow abundance to flow into my life. I thank the universe. And so it is.